Hello everybody, my name is Hocus Pocus and welcome to the Minecraft Let's Play. This is episode 115, I believe. These iron golems are being very noisy, but I'm not going to complain because they are providing us with some beautiful iron, which we of course will be using quite frequently, and it's always good to have it coming in. So, today's episode. First of all, as you just saw, we were in the end, so that means that we've been out doing a bit of exploring, doing a bit of searching, doing a bit of raiding, that kind of thing. So we'll quickly do a rundown of everything I picked up whilst I was over there. I think I only ended up going to one end city in the end, so not too much in regards to loot, but we will, as I say, go over it quickly just to have a brief look at what we got. So there's a zombie that needs taking out, first of all. You're very unwelcome here. Okay, mob loot. Let's pop our ender pearls, rotten flesh away, and let's pull this shulker box so that we can see what's inside of it. So, as you can see, we finally picked up some chorus flowers, which was something that I've been meaning to do for a while. Don't think I have any. We got some chorus fruit as well, so they can come out straight away. Got ourselves an Unbreaking 3 helmet that has Curse of Binding, not the greatest. Bunch of terrible iron stuff that we probably will never use. Another set of elytra, which is always welcome. Diamond pickaxe. Some diamond horse armor, and we also managed to pick ourselves up another dragon head, 6 iron ingots, 27 gold ingots, 8 diamonds, an item frame, 11 shulker shells, 10 beetroot seeds, 2 potions of healing, and that was about that. So the reason why I went was because I was looking in this chest here where our shulker boxes are stored, and I was just thinking that we don't really have that many, right? We don't have that many at all, so it'd be nice to have a few more. So let's just go right ahead and use the shulker shells that we gathered and craft up another 5 of these guys. There we go. And pop them right up here. Okay, so we've got 9 in there at the moment and another shulker shell spare. We have got a bunch of shulker shells in here, so enough for another 11 shulker boxes, but I'm not going to be too gung-ho with that just yet. We will think about what we're going to do at some point in the future. And oh, we already had a chorus flower. It's all good. We've got another 3 now. Yeah, but as I was saying, we'll think about what we're going to do with those shulker boxes or those shulker shells at some point in the future. I guess they don't really get used for anything else, so they will eventually become shulker boxes. But for now, 9 should be enough. So let me quickly pop over to the Nether to show you something else I've been working on. So don't get your hopes up, guys. It wasn't anything very interesting at all. But last night I was watching the LAB's live stream. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, Skippy62able. Yeah, I was just watching his live stream, so I decided to come out here and expand our tunnel over to the Oasis portal into a 3x3, just so that it's easier to convert this into something more useful, like an ice boat path or something of the sorts. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. So just want to quickly say before we move on here that if you guys find yourself enjoying this episode of the Let's Play series at least a tiny bit and you haven't subscribed yet, then be sure to do that. Also, drop a like down below. That'd be greatly appreciated by myself. And also, any comments, anything at all, pop that down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. So, without further ado, let's get on with today's proceedings. You know what, guys? I think we're going to stick to the Nether theme today and try to make it our goal to actually get a beacon set up in today's episode, because it's been a while, right? The series has gone on for a while and we still haven't got any closer to the beacon. So I'm going to hang... Oh, and there's our first skull. Wow. So that was a mere coincidence and great timing, to say the least. But as I say, we're gonna hang around here and just see what we can do in terms of grabbing ourselves the 2 more of these skulls. And if we do manage to get them, then we're gonna go ahead and take the wither down in today's episode as well. But do be pre-warned, if we do grab the final 2 skulls, I won't be fighting it properly. I'm sorry, guys, but as long as we are still able to use the portal in the end to cheese the fight, which I assume we are, because I think that is a patch that they might not ever fix. I don't know, but sorry, a glitch, not a patch. Excuse me. I think that might be a glitch that they may not ever fix. So yeah, if we get those final 2 heads today, we're going to be cheesing the hell out of this fight. Hell yeah! So there's number 2, and we are 2/3 of the way to the 3, of course. But one thing I will say is that it's been tough, right? The spawn rates haven't been great for me here. But I will mark this fortress down with some coordinates into my notes in my phone that I keep all of the coordinates in at the moment, because it is quite a sprawling one. It will be useful for when we want to build our own farm, I think. So as I say, I'll note this one down, keep going here, and hopefully we can get the third sooner rather than later. Alright guys, so after a few arrows to the shoulder and a couple swipes of my sword, we now have 3 of the Wither skeleton skulls, which is the perfect number to spawn the Wither and of course take him down, leaving us with a Wither star. Is that what it's called? I can't even remember what they're called. It's a star, right? And then you plug that into a recipe to give you the beacon, and then as long as you've got enough materials to craft the beacon, which we should do, you are set to go. So I'm going to go get stuff prepared to take the Wither down. As I say, we're going to cheese the hell out of this. I might quickly go chest it. That is not the right word there, Hocus. I might quickly go test it in a creative world just to ensure that it still works, because I don't want any surprises once we get there. And having a Wither floating around in the end might not be the best scenario to be in. So I'll catch you guys in just a second. Once I've done some experimentation, we'll head over to the end, get this done, and set ourselves up with our very first beacon, which has been a long time coming, and I apologize it's taken so long. Okay guys, so it's a little bit later on in the real life day right now. So we did a bit around the base and I ended up killing myself. That's why we're down at 8 levels. But we are about to try and fight the Wither. So I think, based on the research that I did, the best method is to do it in the Nether ceiling now. The end portal wasn't working very well, and whilst I've got chance, actually, I'm going to turn hostile creatures off, blocks off, and hopefully that will allow us to kill this thing in peace as well as not have to listen to those ghasts outside. So let's just build up a little platform for us to spawn this guy in on, and hopefully he gets stuck. I mean, if not, things could go pear-shaped very quickly. But I think what we'll do is we'll pop him in somewhere around here. I think that'll be a good situation for us to be in. So let's go 1, 2, 3. In he comes. There goes the advancement. Let's go over here and sort of take some shelter so that we can see what happens. And hopefully he doesn't get free, as I say. Alright, he looks trapped to me, so let's go take this guy down. Alright. Don't move too far, because if you do, then you might get free, and I really don't want that. Yeah, this is going to be, I think this will be fine, like relatively easy. Just swiping at his legs, or whatever these are. I don't know what they are. His single tendril that hangs down. And he almost escaped there, but I think we're safe. Yeah, we should be safe. Even if he escapes now, we should easily win this fight. So let's just keep swiping, swipe, swipe, swipe. And there's our Nether star. Brilliant. So that was easy, right? That was easy. We cheesed it, I know, but sometimes you gotta cheese things. And just so you guys know, I promise that the next time we do this, I'll do it for real. We won't be cheesing the fight next time we do it. Because I did say I'd fight him for real in a stream, I think, and I just can't be bothered to fight him for real today, if I'm totally honest. So that's why we cheesed it. But next time, I promise, we will be beating him without doing that method. So I'll catch you guys back in the base in just a second. Alright guys, let's get the show on the road then. So we need a few things, and that is 3 of these guys, 3 obsidian, and we're also going to need 5 glass, I think, and that's going to be regular glass. So it looks like we're going to have to smelt some, which isn't an issue. Let's take that over to the super smelter, or the smelting area, whatever we want to call it. It's not much of a super smelter, is it, with only 14 furnaces? Which reminds me, one day I do want to build a bigger version of this. With a lot more furnaces. I think that'd be nice, and maybe some sort of area where we can specifically place foods and ores that get sent to the certain furnaces that work more efficiently for those item types. But we'll have to see about that in the future, as I say. So we've still got some things hanging around here, which I'm not going to bother taking again. But let's get ourselves our beacon craft. So the Nether star goes bang in the middle. Top it off with some glass, and right at the bottom with some obsidian, and then boom, our very first beacon. So there it is. Of course, we do need a base for this to sit on in order for it to function. So I think what we'll do is, yeah, what shall we do actually? What shall we do? I'm not really sure what we're going to do with this beacon. I kind of want to do one of those underground mining sessions where you just dig out a huge area with it, you know, where you go down right to Y11 and just go crazy. That's always looked quite fun to me, and I've never done it. So I think maybe what I'll do is I'll work out how many blocks of iron we need for this thing to be satisfied in terms of full power. And that also reminds me, looking in there, that we need to bring our other tools with us, because I put these away when we went to the end just in case we died. I didn't want to lose everything. So I'll pull those back out. Let's get the numbers together though for this, and then I'll bring you guys back in and we'll try this thing out. Okay guys, so 2 stacks and 36 seems to be the magic number, so let's get this thing built, and I'm quite excited to use this, I have to say. As I mentioned earlier, I don't really build beacons that much. I don't ever really come across them because I usually don't get far enough in the game where I fought the Wither without getting bored. Of course, it's different when you're running a series on YouTube, however, because it's more entertaining for yourself when you have audience members and stuff like that. So this is why we're so far into this series and still going strong. But I guess you just build up like this, build into a little pyramid, and I think that you have to start out in a 9x9 and work your way up. We might have to do some digging here because we're getting awfully congested, so let's go up another level. And I think it has to end in a 3x3, at which point you pop a couple of ingots into the beacon and it should begin functioning. So we're looking for the haste modifier here once we're done. So let's keep going here. This is the 5x5, and then of course the top one will be the 3x3, so we should have about 9 blocks left over after we've put this layer in here. There we go, and that leaves us exactly with a 3x3. So here we go, let's pop those in, pop that in, and then the beacon itself. Boom, there we go. So we get a couple of advancements as well, which is nice. Let me just quickly clear some more space out here so that we can access this thing nice and easily. There we go. Right, so I think we pop that in and give ourselves haste. So haste 2 and regeneration is probably what we want, right? So let's press done. There we go, I see haste up in the top corner. I don't see regeneration, mind you. So I don't know what that's all about, but I guess we'll just... Wait, haste 2. Is that going to give us haste 2 now? Aha, there we go. So I think you just had to select it as your secondary. And wow, we are mining very fast. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I think what I'll do is I will pull the... I'll probably pull the fortune pick out after a while, just because this thing's going to get run into the dirt very quickly, especially with such low durability starting out. But look at this. Wow, this is crazy. I bought a lot of chests with me as well, so I'm going to put some of those down in just a second around the beacon so that we can store things away as we work. But I'm just going to work on tearing out an area that is, I guess, the area surrounding the beacon that is affected by the haste, and then I'll bring you guys back in once we're done with that. But this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Now you guys, this is going to sound super weird probably for some of you, because I know that mining is probably considered to be one of the least interesting things amongst the Minecraft community, but this is some of the most fun I've had in a long time in this game. I'm not going to lie, I love this. So let's just listen, right? I'm going to be quiet, let's just listen. Now, isn't that one of the most satisfying noises you've ever heard? I don't know about you, but I love it. I can't get enough of it at the moment, and as I say, this is a bunch of fun for me. Maybe it's because I'm new to it and I haven't really tried it out before, but at the moment, I am really enjoying having this beacon around. And although we haven't got too much in terms of useful materials here, because I haven't really been mining much of it up, I've just been clearing out the area for now, we do have a bunch of building materials, which I don't really know what I'm going to do with, to be quite honest, because we're going to end up with a lot of stuff here. So do I just abandon this once we leave, or do I try to bring it back to base? I really don't know. I really don't know what the sensible idea is here, because it's going to take a lot of shulker boxes to take back to base if we do decide to take it back to base. But at the same time, it's like if we don't take it back to base, it's a lot of materials wasted. So I don't really know. Maybe you guys could come up with some suggestions for me for that. If there's an easier way to transport everything. I don't really want to build huge systems of water streams and that kind of thing to get it back to base, but if there is a way or something we could do with it all, then do let me know. However, I'm going to continue here. Ultimately, we'll probably use this beacon as a speed boost around the base, so this might be the first and last time we use it to do this sort of thing, because really, these materials, although they are important to us, they're not as important now that we've got all these farms up and running. Diamonds are pretty much obsolete, so yeah, we probably won't use this for mining much more often than we do right now, but I'm going to keep going because I am having fun, as I say. And once I'm done here, once I'm done having my fun, I guess we'll come back to the episode and see what comes next. I am still having tons of fun, you guys, but the pickaxes are not having as much fun as me by the looks of their durability, so I think it's time we go and repair those and maybe move on to something else and think about wrapping up the episode. But let's just take a quick look here. So I've been on a bit of a mission with the mining, and we've taken out large areas, and I will show you just in a second the sort of rewards that we've reaped from this. So if we open the chest here, you can see already we've got a bunch of stuff. I've started to craft it into blocks. We've already got 23 blocks of coal. We've got over a stack of redstone blocks. A bunch of diamonds, loads of stuff that we can take back and smelt. But you know what? Actually, I'm not going to take any of it back yet. I kind of want to see the total amount of stuff that we pull out of this place. We can take these ingots because they were put into the system by us, so they don't really count. But yeah, as I say, if you need materials and you've got a beacon, just put it on Y11, which I have done, and go crazy. That's all I could recommend. It's fun, it gives you rewards, it gives you minerals, it gives you building blocks, it gives you everything you could possibly need. There are a few things that I'm going to take back with us, like we've been gathering a lot of gravel, which is good, because gravel is one of those blocks that I tend to run out of. I'm going to take back a bunch of the andesite as well, because andesite, again, is just something that's quite useful to us. I'll also take some of this smooth stone just to keep stocks in the base nice and high. But aside from that, the cobblestone really is quite useless to us, so it's something that we're not going to be too worried about what happens to it, but you know, I'll try and keep it if I can, if I've got space for it around the area. But if not, then I guess we just dispose of it in the lava, which would be I guess sort of ceremony at the end of our mining session, just to mark how things have gone. But I'm going to pop those iron ingots in there. Things are running smoothly here as well, so I need to go check something at the AFK fishing farm. I'll explain what that is in a second, but give me just a moment and I'll bring you guys back in. Oh yeah, so we're back to the way things should be. We've got two nicely repaired pickaxes. Our armor's looking good. Everything's looking good, right? We're back in shape, apart from the bow. Poor bow, but it doesn't have mending, so it's going to die eventually. Anyway, I think I got a comment just a second ago that was suggesting that maybe AFK fishing farms had been patched in 1.14.2, which is the most recent update, as you guys probably know. But the tutorial that I released yesterday was actually released in the 1.14.2 update, and I'm pretty damn sure the thing worked in that video. So I want to test it just to make sure that it does, and for now we're going to have to deal with these note block noises, but I'm going to go until we catch something. Unless it takes too long, of course, then I'll just assume that maybe it is broken, or we'll just go, I guess, off camera and try it instead. Okay, so nothing so far. Oh, there we go. Let's check the chest, and we got a name tag. Yeah, so this thing is not broken, so whoever you were, if you're watching this video, you're under the incorrect assumption. Unless you're on a different version of the game, maybe. I don't really know. I only talk for Java. When I talk for Java alone. I don't really play any of the other versions, or I don't really play. I don't play at all any of the other versions, so I can't comment, but it definitely works here on Java. This guy's actually offering us some reduced rates now, which is nice. He's a master as well, so he wants to take an oak bow for an emerald. That's kind of funny. You can also, to the Fletchers, you can sell them sticks for emeralds, which is a really good trade, I think. It's quite cheap way of getting emeralds. Look at this guy. Jump shot. Boom. He's dead. So yeah, villagers, they can be used quite easily in this update. I don't really know where I'm headed now or what we're supposed to be doing. I feel like we've done a lot in this episode already, but we haven't reached the 20-minute mark yet. So I'm going to just walk back to small storage and talk about anything that comes to mind. But there isn't really much to discuss, I don't think, at the moment. As I say, it feels like we've done a lot already this episode. Got ourselves set up with our very first beacon, which is really nice. It took us less than 30 episodes in the very original Let's Play series, but it's taken us up to 115 we're on now? Episode 115. It's taken us to get it done this time round. So we took things at a much more relaxed pace in terms of getting a beacon set up this time round. But I will admit that I was kind of nervous to do it because I've never have I ever fought the Wither legitimately before? I don't think I have, which is I think probably why I was nervous about it. So just in case the cheese method didn't work, I was kind of nervous to fight the Wither, so I think that's probably why I've been holding it off for so long. But we've done it now, we've cheesed it once, and as I say, I promise that next time we do it, we will do it for real instead of cheesing it, because I did promise you guys once in a stream, I'm fairly certain that we would do it for real rather than cheesing it, and we have cheesed it. Look at this guy as well, what's going on here? I do need to organize lighting around the base now that lanterns are out. That's something I said I would do, right? We need to fix this because we can't have all of these torches, and we also cannot have mobs spawning like that. So yeah, that's something to consider. Alright then, you guys, that seems to be enough for today's episode. So I think this is where we're going to wrap things up for 115. So it was a great episode, right? We finally managed to get our first beacon set up, and I had a bunch of fun mining with it. So maybe mining is fun, who knows? I would suggest that you try that out if you haven't yet, though. So if you got a beacon and you get the haste attack, the haste effect, do a bit of mining, have some fun with it, because trust me, it's a lot more interesting than just digging straight lines at Y11. So yeah, that's cool. And aside from that, we didn't really do much else, I suppose, but we had fun, got the beacon. So yeah, that's pretty much a summary of today's episode, right? So if you did enjoy today's episode as much as I enjoyed recording it, then please drop a like down below. That'd be much appreciated. Any questions, suggestions, comments, feedback, anything like that, put them down in the comment section below and I will get back to you. And finally, if you're new around here or haven't subscribed yet, then be sure to hit that red subscribe button. Stay tuned to this series. I'm also going to be posting a bunch of other Minecraft videos to the channel, as well as a few other games. So I think you'd be interested in that if you like this video. So yeah, go ahead and do what you need to do. So once again, you guys, thank you very much for taking precious time out of your day to watch my video. I am grateful as ever to have you here. It's been an amazing journey so far, so let's keep going, I guess. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, have a good day, have a good week, have all of that good stuff, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.